what is Never Alone? I am not even going to try to pronounce that, but basically what it is a collaboration between Upper One Games and Native Alaskans. And really what this game's main purpose is to tell a traditional lore of the Inupiat people. And so it's really an interesting thing. It is on is available on Steam and a few other places. It's interesting that they define themselves as a world game. And what they mean by that is that it's a game that draws from cultures to create complex and fascinating game worlds for a global audience. And so you sort of get an idea of what it is later out. And of course, it's available on lots of different things. The version I played was in Steam. And really, it's a one-player game, or you can also co-play as well. So it can be a one- or two-player game. And the main characters are Nuna, who is an Inupiat girl, or you can play the aptly named Fox, who is a fox. So you can see him sort of trailing back here. So the interesting thing about it is you play single player, you have to toggle between the two players. So it adds a little bit extra complexity to the game, and the fact that you have to be managing both of the guys at the same time. So playstyle wise, it's a lot like Mario Brothers. What I mean by that is that you move left, right, up, and down. And it's a platformer game. So in other words, you do a lot of jumping from platform to platform to platform, and if you fall off, yes, apparently there's lots of never-ending crevices and black holes and everything else in the Arctic that you have to worry about. So there's lots of stuff there. What's interesting about it, though, is the progress in the game is to actually unlock videos to watch. And these are all mini documentary pieces that were shot of the actual Elder Council and various Inupiat individuals who were telling the story and telling about the culture and giving you background. And so that's the interesting piece of this gameplay. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to show a really quick video down at the bottom so to give you a feel for it, and then I'll go ahead and try to launch the game and see if it works. So I just went ahead and flip forward. So one of the things that's unique about it is you saw a little bit of the scrimshaw art here, and they incorporated some of that scrimshaw into the actual game itself. And so you get these narrative passages that you see these beautifully rendered scrimshaw art as you go through it. It's been animated as well. And so there's the fox, and there's Nuna. And so this is what I mean by it's a platform game. So you're running from platform to platform. You're trying not to get squished or get blown off. You're avoiding various tricksters and different lore. You have the very bad person there who likes to throw fireballs at you. Dramatic jump there, and yes, you do slow motion jump. You have polar bears. You're climbing ice. It's falling. And so this is sort of what you see as you play through the game. You have a lot of cliffhangers, a lot of grabbing onto things just by your fingernails. So they do a very good job of the pacing of everything. So really the takeaway for me was as I played the game, I really found myself really sort of looking to unlock that video and to see the different videos and see the different pieces that were going ahead and being provided for me. And again, when you start off, you get 2 videos to get you hooked, and then the rest you have to unlock. And so you have to find them. And so they basically have these little owls that you have to watch out for, and they're sort of stuck in like little Easter egg places. So you have to really be aware of what you're doing. So not only do you have to worry about everything that's trying to catch you, polar bears, and other things, you also have to look for these little owls so you can try to get all the videos that are out there. So I found it as a very interactive way to explore it beyond just the normal mythology and folklore the way it's normally presented in a text format. So this is really interesting. That they actually incorporated a lot of the oral cultural tradition of the Inupiats, where traditionally this is a history is passed down through an oral tradition of storytelling with scrimshawing and other things. So they incorporate all those elements to give you a really nice game. What's other interesting that takes getting used to for those that are gamers is actually the girl and the fox do not level. They start off at the highest level they're ever going to achieve, and there is one part maybe you can say is a leveling piece that happens to the fox, but I don't want to give it away because it's a really sad thing that happens. But then you sort of get over it, and the fox comes back. So there's some different things that you experience throughout the game that really does engage you on multiple levels. Again, no experience. You're not getting any XP. You're not getting any gold. Basically, your focus is survival, and also you have knowledge. Is the other main driver of this game, is that you're driven to learn more about the Inupiat culture and more about this specific lore, folk tale that they're telling. You do have to listen for the owls. Like I said, they hoot at you every once in a while to sort of get your attention when you get close to them. So there is an audio cue to try to break you from all the different sliding around and jumping around that you have to play around with. And the other thing about this is, what's interesting about this is that you can't kill anything in this game. You're except for yourself, I guess. You can kill yourself quite a bit, but or the environment can kill you. But really, as either the fox or as Nuna, you really do not have anything other than a bolo, and a bolo does not do any damage to anything other than ice. It breaks ice. Woohoo! But the thing is that like that polar bear that they showed, you can't drive off the polar bear with a bolo. Doesn't work. It just makes it angrier. So there's some different things that you can go ahead and do, but almost everything you're doing it's all about avoiding these dangers, trying to stay ahead of the dangers. You really don't have any ability to sort of stop the danger or drive the danger away. It's always a constant thing, and you do a really good job with the music and the ambience to really sort of give you that, okay, now you're facing a life or death situation. You need to run. You need to move fast, and so the gameplay is pretty slick. You move at different speeds as well, so like you'll hit different inclines, and there'll be ice, so your character will just slide on. And if you don't time the jump right, you go flying out and you land on your face. And it takes you a bit longer to get back up, and whatever's chasing you can catch up to you. So the other thing I noticed is that once you've played through the entire game, you can actually go back and pick different chapters. So if you missed a video or if you liked a specific sequence and you wanted to go do it again, you didn't have to play through the whole game to get back to that. There are save points along there as well, but primarily that was the interesting thing I thought, was that you can actually go back and pick which chapter you want to basically progress on. So how did I do? Well, I got 21 of 24 unlocked. So the videos are out there on the web. People have already captured them. Interesting. I don't know if they're copyrighted or not, but they are out there on people's channels, YouTube channels. So you can also get to them that way as well. But what is interesting is that it was something that had you play. I think roughly it took me about probably 8 to 10 hours to play through the whole game. So it is a lot of content. A lot of that was due to the fact that it is a puzzle game as well. Like you'll get locked in the bear den, or you'll get locked in different places, and you have to figure out what mechanic you need to figure. You need to figure out what you need to do to get out of the bear den or get out of the different places. YouTube is a great place to find out how other people have done it. So you can go ahead and do some second screening there as well. The only annoying thing I had really for the game was that whenever you can't really use your mouse. Your mouse allows you to throw the bolo, but like if you wanted to click off of it to another screen or pull something else up on the computer, your computer is pretty much stuck in the game, and it uses your keyboard. So it's a very good keyboard trainer for all of you who don't use your WASD or your WASD keys. That is really sort of how you move around in this game, and your mouse is basically just there to aim your bolo every once in a while. And so a lot of it is just sort of jumping around and spacebar for jump. So we all know spacebar is jump. So there's different things that you can play around with the game. But very fun game. It is about $15 though, and but it does play pretty quickly, and I found it rewarding. I'll probably go back and try to get those last 3 videos just so next time I can go like, look, I got 24/24. But again, no expertise, no experience other than what I learned, and no gold, no leveling up. It's a one-off game. But I have noticed that as I go back, and as even watching other people's play style, I'm actually seeing different things. I think it really does give you a good look at the harshness of the environment that the Inupiat people live in, and it also shows their traditions and their culture. It does a really good job of highlighting that. So definitely encourage people to try to check it out, whether you're watching it via video or if you actually go ahead and support them by purchasing their game and playing it.